What's up, you guys? Today we're gonna go over the 5 books that have changed my life and that I really think that you should read. Now, I will say this, I don't read a lot of books. These are 5 books that I have read over the past 10 years. I think over the past 10 years, I've probably read 6 books. And a lot of times when I read books, I hardly ever finish them. And honestly, these 5 are the ones I've actually finished. Mainly because I thought the content was so good, it kept me interested enough to read the book all the way through. And I learned enough that I wanted to read the book all the way through. Now, to anyone that says that you need to read books in order to be successful, I somewhat agree with them and somewhat disagree with them. I honestly think anyone can be successful doing really anything. There are people that are successful that wake up super early, and there are people that are successful that wake up super late, but on the back end, they work super late at night. It's really just what works best for you. You know, if you can't sit down and read a book, or you don't like sitting down reading a book, or you're reading a page and just like, I don't know, your mind just ends up going in different places like mine does, like get an audiobook. You're listening to the book, and it's not reading the book, but you're still containing the same information. Okay, so that being said, let's go over the 5 books. I will say this, I have put a link in the description below for all 5 of these books. My Amazon affiliates account got, not banned, but shut off because I haven't sold anything off of it. So the links below, I don't make any money off of unless I figure out a way to fix my Amazon affiliates account. So the links below are to every single one of these books. Okay, let's get into it. The first one is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Psych. Everyone's read that book. Everyone talks about that book. Everyone says how great that book is. I've read it. It's not that great. It's all right. There's a lot of other books that are a lot better. So we're not going to talk about that one because you can hear that literally anywhere else. All right, the real first book is Going In Cold by Chuck Piola. I personally know the author. I have talked with him multiple times. He came to my small school in Ohio, and he actually lives like half hour down the street from me. In terms of like having a following or anyone knowing about him, it's like 0 people. Mainly because he really hit his peak before social media really even kind of came on the scene. However, that being said, it doesn't mean it's not a great book. Basically, the premise of this book is it goes over how to do cold calling. It shows the techniques that he used, the strategies that he used to get into certain places, like physical places, and do cold calls and get to the decision maker and get past the gatekeeper. But I think the real thing that you can pull away from this book is the fact that as an entrepreneur, you have to be gritty. You have to be like hustle. You have to make your own opportunities or make your own luck. And that book really opened my eyes to that. And it showed me that in order to make the things happen that you want to make happen in life, you have to go out of your comfort zone. You have to think outside the box. You know, if there's someone that has something that you want, i.e. your money, then you have to go and ask for it or present a product that you want to them and get them to give you that money or get them to do what you want to do. But you have to go and take that action step to go and make that happen. So that's the first book. I would highly recommend reading that. Out of all these books, I would probably say that is the one that you should read before any of the other ones. Mainly because it shows how to step outside your comfort zone, the strategies, and all that stuff, but it shows how to create your own luck, essentially. Like I said, that is Going In Cold by Chuck Piola. Again, link in the description. Okay, second one is The Magic of Thinking Big. I had followed Andy Frisella. If you don't know Andy, you should check out his Instagram. It's Andy Frisella, or his podcast. It was originally the MF CEO podcast, and now I think it's called the Real AF podcast. I started following him right when he started coming on the scene. And when he was coming on the scene, he offered to give out The Magic of Thinking Big book, and I was able to get a copy. What I like about this book is essentially it does exactly what the title says. It teaches you how to think big and think to that next level. A lot of times, because we're in our comfort zone, we like to think within our own bubble and not outside of that, and not take it to that next level. And not just next level, but like 10 levels ahead of that. It also goes into the aspect of like your mental state of being an entrepreneur and going after your goals and going after the things you want. You have to have a certain mental state in order to like be a successful entrepreneur, I guess is a good way of saying it. There's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, but like The Magic of Thinking Big teaches you how to get in the right mental headspace to get outside your comfort zone and get to that level of being a successful entrepreneur. Okay, so that's Magic of Thinking Big. Again, link in the description. All right, third one. is The Virgin Way by Richard Branson. I personally don't think this guy gets enough credit. Maybe it's because he's like on the tail end of his entrepreneurship career, and like he is just starting to tap into social media. I don't know why, but there's like always someone cutting grass whenever I'm trying to record a video. I just like recorded another video and there was someone cutting grass. And then for my car channel, I literally drove somewhere. I like drove 20 minutes down the road to record myself in a parking lot with my car. And there was a lawnmower in the background. It's like, can we chill with the lawnmowers? It's the fall. Like the grass is pretty much dead. Anyhow, I digress. The Virgin Way by Richard Branson is really good because it shows that you can have fun with being an entrepreneur. Again, like I said, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does. I think he doesn't get enough notoriety. Maybe that's because his social media presence isn't as great as someone like Gary Vaynerchuk or Andy Frisella. But I think his outlook on life is, you know, he lived in a houseboat with his kids and started a business. And like, what's so cool about that is like, you know, yes, we get stuck in our mindset of, oh, 9 to 5. And you get out of that mindset and then you're stuck in the mindset of, oh, to be an entrepreneur, I have to do things a certain way. What's great about Richard Branson is he shows that you can be an entrepreneur and like craft this amazing fun life that you want. He literally goes over that in this book. So The Virgin Way by Richard Branson, I would definitely read it. I'm probably gonna read this one again. Okay, so for the next book, it is Be Obsessed or Be Average. Grant Cardone has a ton of books. If you don't know who Grant Cardone is, you should know who Grant Cardone is. I really like his stuff. He's a bit salesy, but I really like his stuff. This book is more of like, it's not so much like actionable steps as it is like shows you that things can be accomplished. It's more of like a motivational book, I guess you could call it. However, I have actually read this book like 2 or 3 times, and it's, like I said at the beginning, I don't read books. And if I do read books, I probably read the first couple chapters, if that, and then I stop for good. Like I have a whole thing in my closet of just like a whole box of books that I just haven't read, or I've just partly read because I've lost interest in. This book I've read, like I said, 2 or 3 times, and I would highly recommend it. Mainly because, like I said, it's a motivational type book, and it really like taps into that heartstring of like, all right, I want to be an entrepreneur to be successful, not to be average. And so it just goes over how to basically be obsessed about the things that you want to get done and not be average. So again, another book that I recommend, and the link is in the description. Okay, so for the last book, it is How to Invest in Real Estate by Josh Dorkin and Brandon Turner by Bigger Pockets. I don't know if it's a fad or not, but it probably is because of the dawn of social media. It makes everything open. But everyone and their mother is talking about investing in real estate, which is a good thing. Mainly because when it comes down to it, people need to eat, people need healthcare, and they need a place to live. And if you're gonna get into anything, those are the 3 things that I would suggest getting into. And if you've already started a business and it's brought in a lot of revenue, investing in real estate is like the next step. If you want to get to that next level, that's it. It's real estate, stocks, those kind of things. How to Invest in Real Estate is a great book that breaks down the different options, like how to flip, how to do the BRRRR method, how to get into rental properties. Personally, I haven't jumped into real estate yet, but it is definitely on the plan for 2021, and getting into rental properties so then I can cash flow on properties and have people pay down the equity for me. And basically, instead of my money sitting in my bank account, it can go into a house where someone is basically paying me money to live there, is essentially what it is. So my business has been successful, and now it's time to take that money and invest it in things like real estate to be able to continue to grow it. So then long term, I have money coming in, I can spend more time with my family. And I would highly recommend getting this book, mainly because, like I said, the 3 things are food, healthcare, and real estate. And long term brings in a lot of wealth, especially if you can cash flow off of real estate. And so I would highly suggest getting this book to kind of just dip your toes in and start learning about how to invest in real estate. It doesn't go like super deep, but it gives you all the fundamental things that you need to start the process. So that is How to Invest in Real Estate by the guys at Bigger Pockets. Again, link in the description. Okay, so that's all 5 books with the bonus book of Rich Dad Poor Dad, which don't read that book. It's just a waste of time. All the books are in the link in the description, so if you want to purchase any of them, they'll all go to Amazon, so they should be relatively cheap to purchase off of there. You could probably get a used one for a couple cents or a couple dollars. So take the time, read those. Like I said, those are the 5 that I have read more than once, some of them, like the Grant Cardone book, mainly because they gave me a lot of information and they kept me interested the entire time. So if you're someone that's very like go, go, go like me and constantly thinking of new things that need to get done and working all the time, those books are great. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more videos on business, on marketing, on how to grow your business, being an entrepreneur, make sure you subscribe to this video. Sorry, not subscribe to this video. I'd like it if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Anyhow, that's all I got for today. I'll see you in the next video.